Whew. Just came on a little walk, and I just dropped off my daughter before this at her first day of first grade in a completely new school, in a completely new city. We are taking this adventure, and that is part of the reason why I haven't been fully up and posting as often, but a big part of the promise that I made myself when I started posting regularly on I was gonna say Facebook, on YouTube, was that I would be true to whatever's showing up, right? And I'm not using this space as another thing to keep myself busy with life and doing and not resting and not living what's in front of me. But there is no doubt in my mind, even when I just speaking here right now and sharing with you, I can feel how my heart lights up to share. And something that's on my heart is just like, we've been through a lot of educational, seeming on the surface changes, but I lean into trust. I lean into the unfolding, to spirit leading all of this. And with that being said, I'll introduce myself. Speaking of spirit leading all of it, right? This channel is called Spirit Led Steph, and I'm Steph. Stefania is my full name. But obviously you can call me Steph. And I'm just feeling, yeah, I can see how all the thoughts come up. Like, was this the right decision to come here? Will she be happy in this school? You know, we did nature school for so long. I mean, look here, I'm taking a walk in nature as we speak, just to ground and remember God, remember who I am. Because when we remember God, we remember who we are. And when we remember the truth of who we are, we remember God. They are intertwined. They were one and the same. And as we awaken, we become more aware that they are one and the same, that they define each other, that our thoughts about God, are the thoughts we have about ourselves, that the thoughts we have about our brothers are the thoughts that we believe about ourselves. We are projecting a world based upon our beliefs and how we see things, right? How we see love, how we see punishment, how we see separation, death, life, all of it. And all of it is defined by the beliefs we've had. And when we come to a spiritual awakening, those beliefs start shifting, or they get flushed down the toilet, because then we're realizing, like, oh my God, that was all bullshit. Like, that's not even what I thought it was. What they told me about God is not what I thought it was. What they told me about Jesus is not what I thought it was. That's literally my story of awakening. And I have a couple videos showing, going into detail of my specific awakening, how that happened. If you're interested, you can check those out here. But today I'm coming on because I just felt inspired to share this moment, which I'm sure if there are any other parents on here, right, or caretakers who've been with a child for a while, 333 as I say that. And my daughter and I, we've been on this path and of trusting the spirit, of really moving and following the guidance, moving with the flow of life and not being tied down to anything specifically. And remembering always that the true home is within us, right? They say these things about, like, kids need structure and they need these things and they need to feel safe. And that is true to an extent. But our thoughts provide our sense of safety. And if we can from an early age show children, teach children, be an example to children, that safety lies within us, in connection to the divine, in connection to God, in connection to ourselves and what's unfolding in our lives, right? No matter what the changes are, changes in friendship, changes in school, changes in life, in homes, I really do believe 444 that, like, we've been, at least my path and my curriculum, let's say, has been an accelerated form of learning to undo these beliefs in, structure in the way that we knew it, right? In safety in the way that we knew it. And being with that, my daughter is on this path with me, right? That we've chosen each other and that we're here walking this life together. You know, it's for us. It's for us, and we mirror each other. We learn from each other together. You know, I tell her, you're my sister and my daughter. Here, you're my daughter, but before everything, you are a sister of the spirit. And yeah, I'm rambling on, but it's just beautiful to come on here, share my thoughts, see who resonates with this, you know, and just like as a parent, as a seeming mother in this dream, right, in this experience, I really do see how much being a mother and playing that role, let's say, it is used by the Spirit for my awakening. It is used for my healing, for the healing of my mind, for the opening and extension of my heart. So much of it, both in the way of like creating boundaries. And boundaries is not my favorite word because it's really like almost like a trendy word, right? So, but it's like commitments, creating agreements of things, how things can work and what works for me and what doesn't work for me. You know, if you don't have quote unquote boundaries or limits or know how to make agreements with people, become a mom, become a parent and see what happens. That is the biggest invitation for all of us, to begin to say no and yes to certain things, to begin to communicate clearly. And we will see where we get triggered when that gets tested. And that is just another invitation to be more clear with your children on what is acceptable now, what is a yes now, and what is a no now. And so that's a big part of the extension of my heart. But another part is just loving her as she is, right? And seeing how all of this is orchestrated, even her pains and her fears. Let's talk about school today. Right? She's like, Mommy, I feel a little nervous. And she's told me in the past couple weeks, knowing that she's going to be going to a new school and a new place. It's not the first time she does changes. It's not the first time she meets new people. But it's still something that comes up in our mind because we're connected to the mind of fear. That's part of the human experience. But we're here to transcend it, literally, and to remember who we truly are. Forgive all of it. You know, as the Course in Miracles says, it's all an invitation to forgive, to allow what is to be, and then to see the truth beyond it, right? To rest, to trust. And so with her saying like, I feel a little nervous, Mom, will there be anybody who's going to be my friend? You know, maybe nobody's going to want to be my friend. So this is what my daughter said to me. And what comes to heart is just like, you know what? That's okay. It's absolutely normal to feel like that. Even adults, when they start a new job or they start a new place, those thoughts come in our minds too. Will people like me? Will I get along with people? You know, will I make friends? We all have those questions and they are normal. So we don't evade those questions or those feelings, but we remind ourselves that those are thoughts that aren't truly ours. And we also remind ourselves that we don't know what things are going to unfold. We're making a story based on fear, what probably will not unfold, but we're giving our energy to these thoughts. And so it's just like being really graceful in that regard, observing what comes up, allowing it to be what it is, allowing ourselves to feel what it is, and at the same time reminding ourselves, I truly don't know what's going to happen. I truly don't know anybody in my classroom or my new job, right, for her school, and I'm going to let Spirit surprise me. I'm going to let Spirit lead this. And when we do that, we take off this weight of us figuring it out, of us having to impress other people, of us having to be something that we're not, right? So that we can feel this belonging, so that we can feel that we fit in. So I just wanted to come here. I feel like I'm rambling, but it's like really just breaking also that energy of not having put out a video and sharing my heart with what's going on right this moment. In 2 weeks, we move fully into this space. And I want to share with you what that has been like, the trust and the unfolding of moving to a new city and just taking that leap and going on that adventure with Spirit and with Jesus and just God leading the way, you know, and also just realizing that all of this is for us, right? We are here to learn and expand and shine our light. And as we grow and as we evolve in life, which is the spiritual journey, as soon as you wake up, you realize, oh yeah, the spiritual journey is life. Life is the spiritual journey. It's just that before that, you just see yourself as a victim to life. And then suddenly you realize, hold on, I'm not a victim to life. Life is happening. First, we think life is happening to me, right? I'm a victim. Then we learn a little bit more. We grow up, we wake up a little more, and then we're like, oh, life is happening for me, right? And then ultimately we realize, wait, life is happening from me. It's happening from me. And as it happens from me, it happens for me, like all of it. It's like this one unison, from and for. And so just taking my daughter to school, you know, brought out this sensation of like, remember what we're doing here, right? Because like these thoughts of like, oh my God, is she gonna like her teachers? Are they gonna treat her well? I even feel like this mother bear energy coming up, like nobody better mess with her. Like I will, you know, and I'm like, how interesting. I dropped her off and this lady was like, oh, no, it's okay. I can, you know, she'll be directed. And I was like, okay, I just want to make sure she goes. I know I'm not supposed to get out of the car line. I know the rules, but it's so interesting how like, the body begins to like go into defense, right? Into protection mode. And, even for me, like for her, it's her allowance. And for me at the same time, it's also allowance. Like, and in the end, all of this is for our own mind, for our own healing. And it comes back to us, right? So this school, whatever's going to happen here, whatever's going to unfold is for the healing of my mind, for the forgiveness of this world, as A Course in Miracles is continuously teaching us to accept, surrender, and truly deeply forgive. All of these scenarios, new school, new city, new moving, I don't know, partner, whether it's new or lifelong, right? Doesn't matter. All the scenarios that show up in our life are here to bring up what's deep under the surface and begin to bring it to the surface so that we can feel the trigger, so that we can see what the belief under all of it is. And begin to notice, oh, look at these reactions in the body. Look at these beliefs that I have about this. Or even sometimes we don't even know we're aware of these beliefs. They've been coming from what seems to be past generations, even lifetimes of beliefs that are carried within that egoic mind, right? That we all access, right? Because we're all part of this one mind. And we have the sleeping mind and we have the awakened mind. The heart of love, the heart of God, which is that awakened mind, that mind of light. And the Spirit is just guiding us back to that point, which is not a point further ahead. Funny enough, that's the irony of the spiritual path. I just saw a little lizard. But it is a place where we are now. It is, you know, a journey of no distance. Yeah. We come to a point where we realize we've sought outside of us for so long, and even in the spiritual path, as we're awakening, we feel like we're on a path, but ultimately, salvation, enlightenment is here now. It's available now. It is just about unblocking all the beliefs, all the things that the sleeping mind has been running the show in our lives for so long. Through patterns, through parents, through culture, through institutions, through industries. All the beliefs that we collected that come from past collections of beliefs and practices and things. We are healing that now. And so just a little moment, like taking my child to school for the first time in a new city, in a new grade, and the whole thing, right, has just revealed to me, like, how interesting that these things come up, right? I made this decision, I followed the spirit, I was open, I felt the peace, and just continued to walk the path, just like I'm walking the path right here, and you're walking it with me. Because this is the truth. We walk this path together. The path I walk is the path you walk. It just looks different. It's got different trees. And there goes a beautiful butterfly right in front of me. So I'm trying to remember the name, the orange one. It's like the butterfly that we all know. It'll come to me, the name of this butterfly. Anyhow, if you know the name of the butterfly, please put it here. And if you made it this far, let's put the butterfly symbol in the comments. Anyhow, I love you all. Thank you for being here. And I hope to be showing up a little more now that my routine is starting to, become more spacious. And I can share the things that have been on my heart, the things that have been my lessons throughout the summer. And whatever is showing up for you, please share it with me. And if you're a parent and you've been here, you know this feeling, or anything similar, please share. We walk together, and that's the whole point of all of this, is this. It's this, healing this, and uniting this. Love you all. See you on the next one.